Hello everybody and welcome back. We are finally up to my Christmas trip. Almost 6 months ago now, I submitted my last ever undergrad assignment, packed a bag, went to the airport and hopped on a plane to Belgium. Unfortunately, it was pretty wet on my walk to the hotel room, but I wasn't going to let a little bit of rain ruin my travel. Even with the sun setting so early, I set out on an adventure through the city. All of the waffle shops looked absolutely incredible, but with only 3 days in the city, I had to pick my waffles wisely, so window shopping it was to begin. It wasn't long until I hit the city centre, and it was beautiful, lit up with colourful lights, which I assume were for Christmas. You may struggle to see him here, but even Santa came along for the display, getting the crowd going from a window just above. The nativity scene was cute, and so was the Christmas tree with lights. Despite the cold weather, there were still plenty of people out and about having fun. I did a bit more exploring and found a mechanical ballerina in a little alleyway attached to a museum. Everyone had a go at winding her up, where music would play and she'd light up in blue. I found out that every half an hour there was a light show, similar to the one at Melbourne Town Hall during Christmas time. After the light show, I kept exploring the city and walked through one of the many Christmas markets in town. While my triathlon training had slowed down, I hadn't stopped. The next morning, I got up for a run, which I think is one of the best ways to explore a new place. I obviously took plenty of stops to take photos and soak it all in. On my run, I went past the European Parliament. I actually didn't know that it was in Brussels. There were plenty of tours going on around here. Okay, now for the moment that many of you have been waiting for. I was so excited to visit the train museum, and it exceeded my expectations. The only people in there other than me were school kids, but the old men at the front desk were so excited to show me around and give me a bit of a private tour. I actually think they asked me more questions than I'd asked them. They probably learned more about my Maltese and Australian heritage than they taught me about trains. They were super lovely, and thankfully there was plenty to learn without needing their help. This first building was an old train station with plenty of old train designs and future station designs and figures. It was then time to walk to the next building. Each room went in chronological order, starting at 1835, one of the first trains ever made in Belgium. I got to walk over some old tracks, and the simulation connecting to it was pretty cool. Some of the passenger trains you even got to walk through and sit down in, as if you were travelling on that train. Some were definitely more comfortable than the others. Now, this was my favourite part of the museum. I got to drive my own train. I got to click all of the buttons, do all the controls, make announcements over the speaker. I felt very professional. This would definitely be illegal, but I was filming the dashboard while driving the train up to 180 kilometers per hour. After almost 4 hours of wandering around, it was time to say goodbye to the train museum. I definitely got my money's worth out of that one. At the end, there were models of high-speed trains currently in the making in Belgium to be put on tracks by the end of 2026. I took a bus back into the city. Public transport in Brussels was very affordable, super easy to manage, and very reliable. PTV should take some notes. Sometimes I wonder how different the city would have looked if the sun was out. I kind of loved the spooky vibes near some of the old churches, but I'm sure the buildings could have looked super vibrant under some blue skies. I then went on a mission to locate the trio of Piss. Yep, you heard that right. First was Zinneke Piss, the weeing dog. Next, the most famous one with a large crowd, was Mannequin Piss, the little pissing man. To find the third and final one, I had to walk through the main square again, which looked different in daylight without heaps of people to see the lights. What's this crowd for? Here she is, Zinneke Piss, the little pissing girl. Apparently, she is the younger sister of Mannequin Piss. The arcades were beautiful, and so were the chocolate creations. Oh, and here's a Rolex shop, in case you need one. You bet I came back to Town Square the next night to see the lights and Santa again. The crowd, unfortunately, wasn't quite popping off like it was the night before. This was my second and final night in Brussels. I really tried to soak it all in, and I loved every second of it. This city was beautiful and probably one of my favourites so far. Off I went the next morning to find any other little treasures I hadn't found yet. It was super windy, but there was blue sky poking through the clouds, so I was a happy gal. I came across some, very naughty waffles on my final day. And I took one last stroll through the town square. I also treated myself to some fresh strawberries coated in warm Belgian chocolate, which was delicious. One night I'd also had mussels for dinner. I didn't get a video of this because my phone was about to die, but I just thought that you should know that I had mussels in Brussels. This is St. Michael and St. Gudula Cathedral. This Catholic church was opened in 1519, but the stained glass windows still look amazing. It was also quite tall. I had to say one final goodbye to my ballerina friend. And off I go, leaving behind the old town with the big, beautiful buildings. It was time to find my bus to head off to the next stop. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to catch me in the next one. See ya!